Marcy T was good with you. Yeah, shout out and respect due to my newest subscribers. We live on YouTube. We gonna broadcast to the four corners of the planet. Thanks to their too. And my newest subscribers are Pittsburgh girl Lisa Sandoval, and last but certainly not least, the Gooch. I want to give a shout out to my channel judges, and they are as follows: Spicy Kai, Wax Dog, The Definition of Anarchy, No Nonsense Stucky, A Sense of Awe, Carter Club, Stacey Girl of Texas, All Media Access News, Mrs. Money to You, Carolina Hillbilly 1961, Aisha of Memphis, Snap Shawty and J Dunn, both of Mississippi, Dave Durango, The Miss Yo-Yo Show, Angela M, Cindy Briggs, Triumphant Tip, California Dreaming in NYC, Hot in Cali, and It's All Hot There. Thank you for sharing the stream. Jay's Off-Brand TV, Crown Empress, SF Rose, The Lockhart Perspective, Black Spring with Autumn, Intelligence Done Right, Soldier Pijah, TR9 Airy X, and last but certainly not least, the Sugar Sister, Bronze Bread, Sugar Sister Stacy. I also want to give an extra special shout out to their two CEO, Susan Wojcicki. My name is Derrick C. Williams, and I'm just one man. In the comment section on YouTube, Real Mamas, Real Problems. I see you big time. Thank you for sharing the stream. Marcy T, what's good with you? Yeah. Miss Lackey, salute. It's all hot there. What's good with you? The title of this presentation would be called A Noble Lie. And I was just coming here on the train. I mean, I drive on the weekends, but basically throughout the week, I just take the train. I just get on public transportation. You know, you can read, get you a little quick nap and all this other stuff, So I was just on the train a few minutes ago and just saw this woman about to fall dead. Apparently, we got a heavy opioid problem with the white people here in Philadelphia, and she's about to pass out. So, of course, aid was rendered, and that's the good thing about people, where everybody's so cutthroat. But when it comes right down to it, when the rubber hit the road, more often than not, people will come to render aid. But the funniest thing, when I got on the train and I was on my way here, I just looked around and everybody had these masks on, man. And it make you feel like you're in a science fiction movie. Because I guess y'all heard that Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, and Tate Reeves, the governor of my home state, Mississippi. Thank you very much, young lady. Bless your heart. Yeah, Tate Reeves, the governor of my home state of Mississippi, they have relaxed. In fact, they have done away with all these, in my opinion, ignorant mask mandates that never should have gone in the first place. Sweet did not lock down, and they did not have mass death. South Dakota, headed up by Kristi Noem. I actually did a support video for Governor Kristi Noem. South Dakota did not lock down, and they did not have mass death. And it just goes to show you that everybody has just been thoroughly frightened. But before I get into it, I said the title of this presentation was called A Noble Lie. So I just wanted to actually tell y'all what a noble lie is, so we can get a better understanding. Because clearly the American public has been lied to. All right, and also Princess Diana, salute. I sent you that email, Princess Diana. I hope you find it of value, because I've been watching all them documentaries, and I'm just like, man, salute them. Salute. I see you, fellow Gemini, Beast Media with BG. What's good with you, big time? Drop your Instagram and all that other stuff. As you know, I don't bang with none of that, but you're more than welcome to put all your contact information. All right. So Diana, I hope you find that documentary series of value. I don't watch most of the modules, so I'm a little bit better, And so this is why I talk the way I do on my platform, because all this stuff is not, like I said, all this nonsense is not founded in any science and things like that. But people have been frightened, and so when you're frightened, you're not your best self. Marcy T, salute. All moderators, if you would please, I would like y'all to drop Marcy T's link in the stream. And in fact, I set up a live for 2 weeks from now called Free Dumb. and it will be based around a quote that Marcy T said. So if you look on my channel, you'll see that I set up a live for March 19th, and it's dedicated to that quote that Marcy T said. And she doesn't say freedom the way we would say freedom. She says freedom. All right. So at any rate, a noble lie is based off the Wikipedia. A noble lie is a political concept originated by Plato in his Republic. Simply put, it is an idea that if cultivated of nobility of the soul is a purpose of the state, then it is in fact laudable to lie to people too dumb to understand the necessity of virtue. So let me read that again. A noble lie is a political concept. Simply put, it is the idea that if the cultivation of nobility of the soul is the purpose of the state, then it is laudable to lie to people that are too dumb to understand the necessity of virtue. I was trying to put up a video. Well, I guess I can tell you now. Did you know that when the Ebola virus, which is much more deadly than the St. Ives 19, Anthony Fauci actually went on Meet the Press and said, like, yo, we have unintended consequences from quarantining those that are not unhealthy. And if you don't show any symptoms, there should be no problem. But for whatever reason, the internet guys wouldn't let me upload this video. But he actually was on Meet the Press, and he said quarantines were unnecessary. Well, here we are 5 years later, because I think the Ebola thing jumped off in 2015, 2016. And back then, Dr. Fauci said that quarantines were unnecessary. And you have unintended consequences from quarantining the healthy. But here we are, we've been quarantined for over a month. So dig that, all right? So we're going to go on to our next story here. Black Spring with Autumn, I gave her a bunch of the links, but she's not in here, so I'm just gonna have to read these to you. So any of the moderators, if you can find them, and I'm sure you can, please feel free. You would help me out a great deal by dropping these links. But first off, salute the Real Mamas, Real Problems, and Andrea Lynch. Y'all did real good last night with that that's that bullshit. So salute to y'all. We got this Captain Morgan's rum. And we got this perpetual IPA, 7.5% alcohol content by volume. So y'all did y'all thing last night. Yeah. So there you go, salute. All moderators, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I need y'all to drop Germantown Zone, Dirty Broke 215. Dirty Broke 215 was born and raised in Philadelphia, but he moved out here to a real nice area of Pennsylvania. I don't know where that boy at, but for the pictures he showed, that stuff looked good. So yes, I want y'all to drop Dirty Broke 215's link in the stream for me. So let me check this top chat here before we get it going. Yeah, and so all moderators, one other thing too, I had a little hiccup last Sunday. Some maggot by the name of I'm not gonna even justify this clown, but all disrespectful comments toward the presenter or any stupid talk in here, block them. Don't time them out. We don't even do none of that. Just block them. I don't time people out. I hide them. So if it's disrespectful to you upon you reading it, it will probably be disrespectful to me. I trust my moderators to do right, and so I don't even worry about that. So anybody that comes to my YouTube channel talking stupid, everybody in here over 40 years old, you talking like a child, you're gonna get treated as such. So block all disrespectful comments that you see. I don't even put up with none of that. All right. So here we go. So anyway, any of the moderators, this is out of natural news. So one of the moderators, if you will please, it would be helpful if you put this link in the stream for me. So I'm gonna let y'all read it. All right. So everybody was saying that there was no voter irregularities and voter fraud was a conspiracy theory. Well, here you have it right here. Time magazine admits that there was in fact voter fraud. okay, that the election was in fact rigged. This is out of Natural News. So any of the moderators, I want y'all to go to Natural News and type this link in the stream, or you can just type in Time Magazine admits Natural News. It should pull it up and put that link in the stream. So here you have it right here. One of the premier publications in all of the United States and in the world for that matter admits that there was in fact a rigging of the 2016 election. There was no conspiracy theory. This is all fact. So I'm leaving this up here for all the moderators to see, and perhaps they can put this link in the stream. All right. So we're about 10 minutes into this live presentation. Time Magazine admits this. And in fact, if one better, I'm going to name the author of that article. And if you pull her name up, you can actually put the Time Magazine article, because people probably won't believe it because I just printed off from Natural News. Okay. So yes, there was in fact a rigging of the election. Okay. And again, a whole bunch of content creators that I follow on YouTube that I greatly respect, they just willfully ignorant. They just willfully ignorant and will not see this information, but the information is out there for those. You don't even have to really do no digging. All right. So any of the moderators, it would be very helpful if you put this link in the stream for me. All right. Because Black Spring with Autumn was not able to make it for some reason, and it's fine. What I'm gonna start doing is putting the links in the description box so y'all can see it for yourself. All right. So Time Magazine again admitted that there was a rigging of the 2016 election. Do you feel me? All right. So let me check this top chat here. All right. Hobby Money, salute. All right. Marcy T. Now they call Fauci as a man's way of doing it. Oh well, I'm gonna do a story on Fauci and some of the stuff he did back in the 80s, man. That boy was crazy. That boy was crazy. All right, this is out of Natural News. Time Magazine admits the election was rigged against Trump. All right, for months after the November elections, advocates and attorneys for the now former President Trump argued that the contest was rigged against him. But it wasn't just rigged per se. The election was outright stolen from them. Some have alleged outright voter fraud. The verdict, true. Some have said that voter machines were altered to favor Joe Biden, regime commander now, against Trump. The verdict on this, uncertain. The voter machine makers and firm that provided the software have both launched massive libel lawsuits. So apparently those companies didn't do anything wrong or don't believe anyone will be able to find out how the switches were made. Some have suggested that massive amounts of otherwise disqualified ballots were added clandestinely and illegally after state mandated deadlines. There you go. Thank you, real mamas. The verdict is certainly seems so. And let me stop right here. I always refer to this black woman in Georgia, and her name escapes me for right now. But there was a black woman in Georgia that brought in suitcases of ballots after they said that they had a water main break in the place that they were doing. Ruby Freeman, that's her name. All moderators, if you can find Ruby Freeman voters, it'll pull it right up. But yes, there was a black woman that brought in boxes of votes while all the other ballot counters were out. But they said there was no voter fraud. There were no voting irregularities. We're going to continue. And still others have said that voting laws were changed ahead of the November election by Democrat legal teams and operatives in ways that heavily favored Biden. Now, for months after the fact, Time Magazine has reported that the 2020 election was, quote, fortified against the incumbent president in a way that made it impossible for him to win. And this is her name is Molly Ball. That's her name. The Time Magazine author who wrote this piece, her name is Molly Ball. That's B-A-L-L, like Lonzo Ball. And this is a quote from that article. There was a conspiracy unfolded behind the scenes, one that both curtailed the protest and coordinated resistance from CEOs. Both surprises were a result of an informal alliance between left-wing activists and business titans. The pact was formalized in a terse, little-noticed joint statement of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, the AFL-CIO, published on election day. Both sides will come to see it as a sort of implicit bargain inspired by the summer's massive, sometimes destructive, racial justice protests, in which the forces of labor came together with forces of capital to keep the peace and oppose Trump assaults on democracy. The handshake between business and labor was just one of the components of vast cross-partisan campaign to protect the election, an extraordinary shadow effort dedicated not to winning the vote, but to ensuring it would be free and fair, credible, and uncorrupted. For more than a year, a loosely organized coalition of operatives scrambled to shore up America's institutions as they came under simultaneous attack from the remorseless pandemic and an autocratically inclined president. Though much of this activity took place on the left, it was separate from the Biden campaign and crossed ideological lines, with crucial contributions by nonpartisan and conservative actors. And this is in bold print. The scenario the shadow campaigners were desperate to stop was not a Trump victory. It was an election so calamitous that no result could be discerned at all. A failure of central act of democratic self-governance that has been a hallmark of America since its founding. All right? Their work touched on every aspect of the election. They got states to change voting laws and help secure hundreds of millions in public and private funding. They fended off voter suppression lawsuits, recruited armies of poll workers like Ruby Freeman, and got millions of people to vote for the first time. They successfully pressured social groups to do their bidding for the left and ultimately Joe Biden. So there you have it for that story. So again, this is out of Time magazine. Do you feel me? The election was in fact stolen for Donald Trump. Now myself, I said you got one old white guy and you're gonna replace him with this old white guy. Politics is a dirty game and it does not favor black people. But still in all, if Biden had won this thing outright, I would have said congratulations to him. But it was in fact stolen, and you had people from all sides, even Republicans, have since turned on Donald Trump. And for that, you have now what on Twitter, they have this thing that's trending called Biden remorse. Medication. I did a video about the diabetic medications, and now this one white boy, he got to pay $2,000 a month because of an executive order that Joe Biden signed that wiped away the gains that Trump was trying to do in favor to lower medical costs. Do you feel me? And then on top of that, with regards to this virus, you notice that the numbers of all of a sudden came down, right? Now, many would say it's because of social distancing, red tape, lele, blue, blah, bling. Others would say that the fact that we got about 65 million people that have been vaccinated. I'm not taking that thing. And I had stuff in place if I was forced to take it. That thing is not, you can't even call it a vaccine. Actually, you had to call it gene therapy. The Shining Wizard, also known as the ultimate hit. Salute to you, my man. Yeah, that is not a vaccine, but it's more, it would be more popularly coined gene therapy. They are actually rewriting your DNA when you take this thing. So heaven help those who have taken it. I just can't see it. It's straight, it's agreed, Shining Wizard. It's straight up and down poison. In fact, in the UK, all moderators, you can look this up for yourself. I just was reading yesterday, a bunch of, not 2 or 3, but a gang of teachers in the UK just took sick after taking the first dose of the vaccine. Do you feel me? All moderators, y'all type in, or anybody that's watching this live, look this up for yourself. And if you see it, say, yeah, Derrick, I just saw that. Or no, Derrick, that's incorrect. All right? Hobby money. The vaccine is experimental. You are right, gene therapy. All right, so we're gonna continue. So Real Mama's Real Problem, I want you to thank you for dropping that link in the stream. And all moderators, again, the title of this presentation is called A Noble Lie, because everything that you see in media is a straight up, oh, there you go. Shout out and respect through the Black Spring with Auburn. Salute the Black Spring with Auburn. All right. Got that Captain Morgan, you feel me? So yeah. All right, well, Black Spring with Autumn, I can tell you, that's fine. That's fine. My notifications actually were for the longest at 17%. I was told recently that they went down to 14. So my notifications never go out. It happens, you know, but I just keep pushing, all right? So again, like I said, the title of this presentation is called A Noble Lie. It's actually a good documentary too for those who are interested. A Noble Lie was a DVD that got put out a few years back, and it talked about the Oklahoma City bombing. Black Spring with Autumn, thank you for sharing the stream. All right, so since Black Spring with Autumn is here, or any of the moderators, I want y'all to put this link in the stream. As y'all know, I was prior military, and did you know that the Army has a ray gun for crowd control? I mean, they got an actual laser gun. All right. Well, the Navy, is my understanding, has a rail gun, and this thing is it's a big old laser. But now the Navy is working on something to actually change the way you look at the world. So Black Spring with Autumn, if you could put this link in the screen, this is out of Big Thing. All right, so we 20 minutes, man, time fly. We 20 minutes into this live presentation. And the title of the presentation, as I say, is called A Noble Lie. We're gonna bend reality. If y'all remember, Carl Rove, he was an insider for the Bush. Hold on 1 second, my man. If y'all remember Carl Rove of Texas, he said that we are the reality makers or something like that. We can actually make you believe whatever we so choose. We just put it in the media and people will run with it. All right. So let me check this top chat here as we continue. Yeah. The U.S. Navy control the inventions that claim to, quote, change the fabric of reality. Hey, the United States Navy, thank you, Black Spring with all. The United States Navy controls patents for some futuristic and outlandish technologies, some of which, dubbed UFO patents, came to life recently. Of particular note are inventions by the somewhat mysterious Dr. Salvatore Pais, whose tech claims to be able to engineer reality. His slate of highly ambitious borderline sci-fi designs meant for use by the United States government range from gravitational wave generators to compact fusion reactors to next-gen hybrid aerospace underwater craft with revolutionary propulsion systems and beyond. Theresa Miles, Unstoppable, shout out and respect due to all Unstoppable crew members. Of course, the existence of patents does not mean these technologies have actually been created. But there is evidence that some demonstrations of operability have been successfully carried out, as investigated and reported by the War Zone, Miss Dee Salute. A possible reason why some of the patents may have taken on by the Navy is that the Chinese military may be developing similar tech. Among DAIS's patents are designs approved in 2018 for aerospace underwater craft with incredible speed and maneuverability. This cone-shaped vehicle can potentially fly as well as be in the air and underwater and space without leaving any heat signatures. It can achieve this by creating what they call a quantum vacuum around itself with a very dense polarizing energy field. This vacuum would allow it to repel any molecule the craft comes in contact with. All right. And this polarized vacuum would dramatically decrease any elemental resistance and lead to extreme speeds, claims the paper. Not only that, the vacuum created technology can be engineered. We'd also be able to engineer the fabric of our reality at the most fundamental level, states the patent. This would lead to major advancement in aerospace propulsion and generating power, not to mention other reality-changing outcomes that come to mind. So there you have it for that story. By me being prior service, I actually read excerpts from this book called Beyond the Pale Horse. And in that book, William Cooper, who was murdered by the United States government, he actually had documents saying that while he was aboard his ship as a naval officer, he actually saw what for all intents and purposes, was an unidentified flying object. And you have sightings all over the world. Roswell out in Nevada, many believe have alien technology, and they have been studying it, and governments around the world have kept this hush-hush because actually it would change the world if we know it. I am a card-carrying conspiracy theorist, and I do believe, in fact, that we have been visited by extraterrestrial beings, and some of their technology are worlds ahead of ours. And if some of this technology was to come about, it actually could free man even more. You hear me often say that the internet should actually make us better with regards to our intellectual capabilities and just being better human beings. But for some reason, it actually has made us more stupid. So I don't know. Again, I can't confirm or deny aliens being visited by our planet, but it just so happens that Stephen Greer, he did a video on Netflix called Unacknowledged, and a lot of people who have made this claim, they came up dead for some reason. You judge. So there you have it for that story. So we're gonna move on to some medical news. We're 26 minutes into this live presentation, and the title of the presentation is called A Noble Lie. Now, I want to give an extra special shout out to Vibes with Cola. Year before last, I was going back and forth with her about cancer. As you know, October, I think, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I've been following this guy named Ty Bollinger, and he did a 7-part docuseries called The Truth About Cancer. And then he did one, I think, The Truth About Cancer, A Global Quest. And in those videos, you can learn so much. Cancer basically is not a genetic disorder per se, it's more one of lifestyle. Less than 15% of all cancers known are in fact genetic. So the other 85% of cancers are lifestyle choices. All right, something to think about. But at any rate, I went back and forth with her, and I gave her some homework. And I gave her some homework regarding breast cancer. But Black Spring with Autumn, I want you to put this link in the screen. When you get a mammogram, think about it. Just think about it. They are introducing radiation into healthy breast tissue in order to diagnose radiation. I thought radiation gave you cancer, right? Does not radiation mutate your cells and thereby, in theory, you get cancer? So that's kind of ass backward, ain't that's what they say, counterproductive or counterintuitive. You introduce radiation into a healthy breast tissue, and they put it in this thing they call a pancake smasher. So the woman had to put her two breasts on this thing, and they smash the breast down in order to introduce radiation into healthy tissue. Thereby, they can see a cancerous tumor. That dog don't hunt. There's other technologies like thermography, which is non-invasive and don't give cancer. But Black Spring with Autumn, I want you to put this link in the screen. This is regarding the St. Ives 19 vaccine and cancer. So, okay, Marcy T. All right, real mamas, real problems. Okay, bless you, woman. All right. Okay, hobby money. I don't take mammograms anymore. Okay. So yeah, so here you have it right here. This is out of Utah, out of Fox 13. So it can't be conspiracy theory if the mainstream news is reporting on it, right? New mammogram guidelines for women recently vaccinated for St. Ives 19. Intermountain Health Doctors announced new mammogram guidelines Tuesday in response to a surprising side effect of the St. Ives 19 vaccine. They say women who recently received the vaccine may now have to schedule yearly mammograms. This is a quote. When one receives a vaccination, there is an inflammatory response in the arm, all right? This was said by Dr. Brett Parkinson. In the past 4 years, doctors have seen swollen lymph nodes on screening mammograms of women who have been recently vaccinated. Whenever we see these on a normal screening mammogram, we call those patients back because it can either mean metastatic breast cancer, which travels to the lymph nodes, or lymphoma or leukemia. Ouch. While inflammation is the body's normal response to the vaccine, it is surprising how many swollen lymph nodes we are seeing. Quote, with the Moderna vaccine, it's about 11% after the first dose and 16% after the second. We believe it's comparable to the Pfizer vaccine as well. In response, Intermountain rolled out new guidelines in accordance with the Society of Breast Imaging. Women should get their mammogram before their first dose of the jab or wait 4 weeks after the second. Quote, we don't want these patients to get a false positive to have this sort of alarm, Parkinson said. If there are worrying symptoms such as a suspicious lump, Parkinson said, don't delay getting a mammogram. And this is a quote from him. Breast cancer kills between 40 to 50,000 women per year. Many of those deaths are needless. I know that screening mammographies are the only test that has been shown over the last 30 or 40 years to decrease the rate of breast cancer deaths. So there you have it for that story. So I think that, to me, although I'm not a doctor and can't give health advice, clearly exercise, vitamin D, selenium, they are all known to lower cancers of all types. I didn't hear this doctor say anything about nutrition. I ain't see him say nothing about exercise or health and nutrition. You judge. So we 31 minutes into this live presentation, and the title of the presentation is called A Noble Lie. So let me check this top chat here. Live chat. Okay. OA Agile Enigma, salute. All moderators. I need OA Agile, the Enigma's link in the stream. OA Agile, the Enigma is my 500 subscriber. I'm never going to forget this man as long as I live. And he be making them beats too. Okay? So we're going to continue. Now, again, like I said, don't take it ever. Okay. All right, so yeah. So we're going to move on here. This is out of Natural News. Now, of course, by me being in the medical field, my credo is to do no harm. So Black Spring or Autumn, I want you to put this link in the stream because apparently a person that is in the medical field does not have a problem with harming children. Salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. Yeah. So this is out of Natural News. And this is a transgender from Pennsylvania, Rachel Levine. This is a female, Rachel. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Transgender Health and Human Services nominee R. Levine wants babies to get sex changed without parental consent. Joe Biden is attempting to install transgender mental case R. Levine as Assistant Health Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services. Even though Levine believes that minor children should be allowed to get a sex change without parental consent. Any of the moderators or anybody who sees this, if you would please, I want you to put in the stream. R. Levine actually said that here in Pennsylvania, even though the St. Ives 19 is everywhere, it's all right for you to have an orgy. Type that in if you think I'm lying. This person here said it's all right for you to have them foursome, fivesome, sixsome, 7, 8, 9. You have as many people you want up in that thing laying down. Do you feel me? It's all right. It's all right. During Levine's nomination, Senator Rand Paul asked her all sorts of questions, many of which she refused to answer with clarity. When it comes to approving of young children cutting off their private parts apart from their parents. For instance, Levine believes that, quote, this is a complex and nuanced field of medicine, suggesting that she sees nothing wrong with it. Genital mutilation, Paul points out, is generally recognized as a human rights violation all around the world. Meanwhile, the United States is normalizing the idea that minors can be given hormones to prevent biological development. I did a live a few months ago. Where out in California, it was ruled that it's all right for well, no, I'm sorry. The content creator was from California, and they said that it was actually all right, and they didn't see a problem with children taking gender hormone blockers until they decide what they want to be. We're going to continue. This is a quote from Senator Paul. According to the WHO, genital mutilation has been recognized internationally as a human rights violation. Genital mutilation is considered particularly egregious because as the WHO knows, it is almost always carried out on minors, and it is a violation of children. When asked about her, quote, support for allowing minors to be given hormone blockers and surgery to destroy genitalia, Levine responded that, quote, robust research and standard of care legitimize the field. I don't see that. Levine, this is a quote: if I am fortunate enough to be confirmed as Assistant Secretary of Health, I would look forward to working with you and your office in coming to your office and discussing the particulars of standards of care for transgender medicine. Yeah, I also did a video back in last January, and they had this thing called transgender remorse. I didn't know that. You got many people who have crossed over, and now one of the worst things they say they ever did. This one boy, he is now a preacher, but he was a she, but he changed over to a man, and now he regret that he a man. But the man is now a preacher. You can look this up for yourself. I cannot think of this guy's name, so you had to forgive me for that. All right. Paul immediately shot back that he was talking about minors and that Levine dodged the question. He asked her again, point blank, if she supports the government's intervening to overriding parental consent when it comes to the administration of puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and or amputation surgery of breast and genitalia. Quote, you have said that you're willing to accelerate the protocol for street kids. I'm alarmed that poor kids with no parents who are homeless and distraught, you would just go through this and allow this to happen to a minor. All right. And this is Levine, Senator. Transgender medicine is a very complex and nuanced field. And Levine kept saying this verbatim. So apparently she didn't want to answer that, or he didn't want to answer that tough question. All right. Paul's claim, Paul quoted, I find it ironic that the left went nuts over hydroxychloroquine being used for COVID are not alarmed that these hormones are being used off-label. All right. There's no long-term studies. We don't know what happens to them. We do know that there are dozens of people who have been through this and regret that this is happening, a permanent change happening to them. So there you have it for that story. So like I said, you have transgender remorse. Oh, there she go. Shout out and respect due to all Unstoppable crew members. Kimon Reed, Unstoppable. Big up on herself. So yeah, so there you have it for that story. So apparently you have a HHS nominee that was the face of the St. Ives 19 response here in Pennsylvania, R. Levine, a transgender, and this person wants to actually use surgery or gender blocking materials to change up what nature calls. So there you have it for that story. All right, so we're gonna move on to the Middle East. All right. Now, I'm not a Muslim or Christian or any of that. I'm what you would call an agnostic. An agnostic is simply someone who questions all religions. All right. I don't know if Muhammad ran from Mecca to Medina. I don't know if Moses saw a burning bush and parted the Red Sea. I don't know none of that. I don't know that. I don't know. I don't know. I have to have faith. I don't know if Lazarus lay dead 4 days and came up out the ground. I don't know if Jesus walked on water. I don't know any of that. I have to simply go by faith. But I will tell you, I was raised as a Methodist, and I love the church. But it was just some stuff, some inconsistencies that I saw. Whoa, there she go. Big up on herself. Big up on herself. Big up on herself. Kissy Unstoppable H. Let me stop right quick. I'm going to get back to the religion, but I want to throw this caveat in. This is some funny stuff. Over in the islands, you have a police officer that got caught giving yam. In other words, him I go downtown punning big woman there. And this was all over the internet. In other words, long story short, you had a policeman in Jamaica on tape. The woman had the tape, and he was eating her. All right? Do you feel me? Kissing Unstoppable H. If you have any links that you can put in and people can read that for themselves, please put a news clipping or anything, or any of the moderators. But there was a policeman that was recently fired because, as it turns out, I believe his wife found out. I know it's Birmingham ice cream. I'm sorry, Buckingham Palace ice cream. She say, "What my taste like, man?" And him say, "Oh Lord God, them big woman there." Okay, Derrick said I only had a video. Okay, well, any video that is not X-rated, put that link in the stream and people can see for themselves. But yes, you had a policeman in Jamaica. Him I go downtown punting big woman there. The big woman said, "Oh Lord God, how many tests, man?" He said, "Oh, your taste like his finger licking good, man." Salute to Kissing Unstoppable H. All right, Kissing Unstoppable. I want you to drop your link in the stream for everybody. And any video that ain't X-rated, put it, because I'm sure people gonna want to see. Now I understand that a female JCF, that's the Jamaican Constabulary Force, a Jamaican woman. All right. Oh, it's X-rated. Oh, okay. Well, don't worry about it. Okay. Well, now it's my understanding that a female got caught doing the same, but she was mic checking a man. Okay. So them big on my name. All right. So salute to Kissing Unstoppable. I got the X-rated one too. That boy was going to town. He was straight blessing her. All right. So salute to Kissing Unstoppable H. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna go and get back here right quick. Like I said again, I will say this regarding religion. Clearly, there has to be a higher power. There's something bigger than man. I don't know what that is. Hopefully, we'll see in the end times. All right, Derrick, see, there's another ambulance worker eating ice cream. Yeah, I know. I thought, you know what, Kissy, I thought that was a female. I thought, because I saw the picture of her and she got, she got the fire piece. So I thought that was the person in question. So she actually a ambulance worker. Oh, okay. So yeah. So anyway, them call him. It's spelled Nyan. It's pronounced yam. In other words, them I go eat. You feel me? So them go downtown. Put them big woman. All right. So yeah. All right. So yeah. So salute to Kissing Unstoppable H. Kissing Unstoppable. I need you to drop your link because you are very talented in the kitchen. You pretty too. I'm telling you, Kissing Unstoppable H is a pretty woman. She live up in Canada. All right. But at any rate, the reason why I say that is because now over in Mecca, as you know, they perform the Hajj every year. All Muslims are, as a requirement, if once in their lifetime, they have to try to make it to Mecca, and they want to make Hajj, and that's where they purify themselves, meet other Muslims, and they do 7 circuits around the black stone called the Kaaba. All right. So Black Spring with Autumn, if you could put this link in the stream, apparently the virus does not recognize religion. All right. So as many people ain't gonna go. All right. So salute to the chat. No jab, no Hajj. We 43 minutes into this live presentation, and the title of the presentation is called A Noble Lie. So Black Spring with Autumn, any of the moderators, feel free to put this link in the stream. This is out of Russia Today, RT.com. All right. So all Muslims are required. They have to, in their lifetime, make it to Mecca and make a pilgrimage. They must do it. All right. So let me check this top chat here. Live chat. Marcy T. Religion is a control mechanism. Having personal relationship with Lord God is completely different thing, in my opinion. And yes, to me, you spot on. Malcolm X always said you have to leave your religion in the closet. So you judge, all right? So yeah, so this is out of RT. No jab, no Hajj. Saudi says all Muslims will need to have a St. Ives 19 vaccine before they can perform annual pilgrimage to Mecca. Saudi Arabia's health ministry confirmed the decision in a statement on Tuesday, saying that the vaccination will be a main condition for participation. All right? All Muslims who perform Hajj are required to do so at least once in their lifetime. The pilgrimage is comprised of a 5-day series of rituals attended by 2 million people in and around Mecca, the spiritual home of Islam. Muslims believe the rituals offer a chance to wipe clean past sins and start anew before God, or as you know, Allah. The ministry did not specify whether this year's Hajj, which is due to begin on the evening of July 17th, which excludes pilgrims from outside the kingdom, in order to prevent the spread of the biological offensive man-made weapon. Last year's ritual was limited to 1,000 pilgrims who attended Saudi Arabia. The kingdom began its vaccination program December 17th with the Moderna, Pfizer, Kissy Unstoppable Ace. Thank you for sharing the stream. All right, the kingdom began its jab program on December 17th with Moderna, Pfizer, and AstraZeneca jabs being approved for use. So far, the Saudi officials say there have been 777,000 cases, and the kingdom has reported 6,500 related fatalities, if you believe that. And that's it for that story. So, Kissy Unstoppable Ace, thank you for sharing the stream. We're 46 minutes into this live presentation. All right. Thank you, Black Spring with Autumn, for dropping the link. All right. So we got just 2 more stories, and then we're going to get out of here. This will be the It's All Hot Air segment. This will be the It's All Hot Air segment on YouTube. So, moderators, if you would, please, I would like y'all to drop It's All Hot Air's link in the stream. She's a very deep sports person. She says that Stephen A. Smith, or Screaming A. Smith, is quote her TV husband. So bless and long live It's All Hot Air. But this story is out of The Guardian, and it's regarding LeBron James. Now, y'all might remember a Fox Business analyst told him to shut up and dribble regarding social political views. And I did a video entitled "Shut Up and Dribble" because LeBron James got caught like a deer in the headlights. He was having an interview, and he was holding the book, the autobiography of Malcolm X. Damn. Put Marcy T's link in the stream, please. McClown J. Damn. Oh, damn. Marcy T coming with them jokes. Damn, she hit that boy hard. Yeah, but a female reporter asked LeBron James how far was he in his progression in reading the autobiography of Malcolm X. She asked questions regarding the book, and he couldn't answer no questions. Got it. Straight got it. And so that's another prime example of virtue signaling. Now, again, if this was Jim Brown talking, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or Tommy Smith, or John Carlos talking, I would pay them some mind. And it's not to disparage LeBron James altogether, but come on, man. And this is not to knock him because all he did was graduate high school. You got the internet, and you got all the resources in his back pocket. But when he couldn't answer simple questions about a book that he was holding, that book was just a photo op. That's all that was. Got him dead to rights. I actually did a video called "Shut Up and Dribble" and Black Spring with Autumn. If you would, please, I want you to go to my YouTube channel. And I think if you can scroll down, it's a picture in there with LeBron James. I think I titled it "Shut Up and Dribble." It would be helpful if you would, please, or any of the moderators, to put the "Shut Up and Dribble" video in there, because they got him dead to rights. He didn't know what he was talking about, didn't know nothing. All right? And he just was stuttering and stammering and all this other stuff. But Black Spring Autumn, I'll also, after you do that, I want you to put this link in the stream. This is out of The Guardian. It's All Hot Air. I think I sent this to you. So It's All Hot Air, since you in here, can you put this link in the stream? Because he's being called out by another professional athlete. And this is not to say that athletes don't have a voice, but if you ain't talking with intelligence and wisdom, you just talking to be talking, because everybody got a platform, but it's ultimately what you do and how you kick it on your platform. Salute to LeBron and his school. Salute that he pulled himself up off his bootstraps and all this other stuff. All right, but the fact is that that female got him when he was talking stupid, because he didn't know what the hell he was talking about Malcolm X. Do you feel me? All right. So we 50 minutes into this live presentation. All right. This is out of the Guardian, as I said. All right. Zlatko Ibrahimovic doubles down on criticism of LeBron James. Ibrahimovic has doubled down on his criticism of athletes who mix politics and sports. The Milan striker was speaking on Tuesday at a press conference. Thank you, Black Spring Auto. Was speaking at a press conference for the San Remo Music Festival, which he co-hosted. This is a quote. Athletes around the world, athletes unite the world. Politics divided. Our role is to unite the world by doing what we do best. Athletes should be athletes and politicians should do politics. Last week, Abramovich singled out LeBron James for bringing politics into the sporting arena. All right, this is a quote. I like him a lot. He's phenomenal at what he's doing, but I don't like when people with a status speaks about politics. Do what you're good at doing. All right. I play football because I'm the best at playing football. I don't do politics. If I'd been a politician, I would be doing politics. This is the first mistake famous people make when they become famous. For me, it is better to avoid certain topics, and I kind of disagree on that. All right, and do what you're good at doing. Otherwise, you risk doing something wrongly. James, who has been one of the NBA's leading voices against racial injustice, police brutality, dismissed his comments. And this is a quote from LeBron. I would never shut up about things that are wrong. And I don't think you should, but you got to talk right. I preach, and I don't think you should preach. I preach about my people, and I preach about equality, social justice, racism, voter suppression, red tape, lele, blue, blah, bling, that go on in our community. And this is a continued quote, because I was part of. Listen to this. Because I was part of my community. Are you not still a part of it? Because I was part of my community at one point. Let me say that again. This is a quote from LeBron James. Because I was part of my community at one point. Because I was part of my community at one point and saw things that were going on, I know what's still going on because I have a group of 300 plus kids at my school that are going through the same thing and they need a voice. I am their voice. And I use my platform to continue to shed light on everything that might be going on, not only in my community, but in this country and around the world. I don't hear LeBron James speaking on nothing from a global standpoint. I just don't. James also pointed out that Abramovich once said out of the ring has spoken about politics in the past. Quote, he's the guy who said in Sweden he was talking about the same things because his last name wasn't a traditional Swedish last name. He felt like there was some racism going on, James said. I speak from a very educated mind. I'm the kind of wrong guy to go at because I do my homework. Let me read that again. This is a quote from LeBron James. I speak from a very educated mind. I'm kind of the wrong guy to go at because I do my homework. And there you have it for that story. So that, if he say so. So I thought It's All Hot Air was in here. She didn't drop the video Shut Up and Dribble, but I see Black Spring with Autumn did. Now, I'm sorry. It's All Hot Air is It's All Hot Air. You're a moderator of mine, and I asked you to to moderate for me now. If you ain't gonna drop the links for me now, come on now. Now I got to call you. I got to come for you now. Now I know you like Stephen A. Smith and I know you like LeBron, but the fact is that woman got him dead to rights, despite your feelings for him. All right. Black Spring with Autumn. He's a corporate communist. It's all hot there. Don't be so hard on him. I'm not being hard on him. I'm just reading what's reported. All right. Yeah. All right. So there you have it for that story. All right. So I just had one more story. Salute to It's All Hot Air. We're 55 minutes into this live presentation. And Black Spring with Autumn, I sent you a link for a video that's on my community tab. It's All Hot Air. Perhaps you can drop this link from my community tab. But you have Jesse Peterson. A lot of people call him a coon. I don't call him a coon. There you go. Shout out and respect due to Joshua McClain. Joshua McClain, if it's all right, I'd like to tell the story of how we met. If it's all right, if not, I'll keep it, between us. But salute to Joshua McClain. Salute to you, sir, from Philadelphia. Got this Captain Morgan's room. You feel what I'm talking about? Yeah. So we 56 minutes into this live presentation. Yeah. So when he say he has a very educated mind, that's just funny. That's just funny. Okay. All right. So so Joshua McClain, I met him a few months back, and I've done this story of I talk about a mongrel dog who tried to pin a child on me. And me and the child is now 33 years old. Well, the woman is now 33 years old, and we still talk to this day. And she has my total support. But she was confirmed to not be mine biologically, but that is my child. And salute to her. I'm not gonna say her name, but her mama ain't hitting on nothing. And I say her mama name, her name Brenda. Oh, garbage ass motherfucker. And Brenda, if you see this, please, I want you to make a video or something. I'm not on Twitter or none of that other stuff, but please make a video and say why I'm telling a lie on you. Well, she tried to pin the child on me. And so Mr. McClain had a similar story, and he reached out to me and we talked. And I don't know how he found me. And that's the funny thing with YouTube, because Black Spring with Autumn said she didn't get a notification, yet and still Joshua McClain, some kind of way, inexplicably, he found me. And I guess my story resonated with him. And so we talked for about 45 minutes, and I just told him, because he went through the same thing, except he put out money. I ain't put out no money. None. I ain't put out no money. You feel me? And so as much as it hurt me throughout the 80s and 90s when I did not do anything for this child other than give my phone number and we talked, I just felt like the child wasn't mine, and good thing I didn't. Well, Joshua McClain put out a substantial amount of money. And so we talked about that, and I gave him my advice on what I would do. And so we have been, he's been supporting my channel ever since. So again, salute to Joshua McClain. Salute to him. And them children gonna love you anyway, Mr. McClain. Because eventually the truth gonna come out, and the mongrel dog that had them children and tried to pin them kids on you, they eventually gonna find out, and they gonna see that you was an upstanding dude. So you stay the course, and salute to Joshua McClain. All right. So we 58 minutes into this live presentation, and the title of the presentation is called "A Noble Lie." All right. So I didn't have that video. Well, okay, that's fine. That's fine. What Black Spring with Autumn does. So again, Black Spring with Autumn, if you go to my community tab, I have a video with Jesse Peterson and a doctor. It's gonna be a split screen, so it's all hot air. If you go to my community tab, you will see a video where you have a black man on the right and a white man on the left. Can you put that video link in the stream for people? Thank you. So this is out of Natural News. This will be my last story. And this is just about everybody. It focused on children, but it's for all of us. Because again, like I said, I started out this live by me being on the train, and I'm looking around and I see everybody with masks on. Ain't nobody bothering nobody. It ain't no police state in the sense that that you got this Gestapo saying, "Hey, put your mask on," and people are just happily wearing them with no resistance. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm not doing that. If I have an encounter with police and they say put the mask on, I got something. Thanks to Black Spring with Autumn, I got something for that. Just so you know, I got something for that. All right, Black Spring with Autumn, salute. Yeah, I see you, JLP. Okay, there you go. There you go. Thank you, Black Spring with Autumn, for putting the link in the stream. You beat It's All Hot Air. So maybe It's All Hot Air gonna come around. She gonna come around. I'm gonna stick with her. She gonna come around. So Black Spring with Autumn, if you can put this link in the stream for me. This is out of Natural News. We 1 hour into this live presentation. I'm gonna go on and do it rapid fire style because I try to stay under an hour because I know it's Friday and folks got things to do. All right. So yeah. So this is out of Natural News. All right. So again, salute to the chat. Salute to y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with. I'm gonna run with you. It's all hot air. I'm gonna run with you. It's all hot air. Whoa! Hold up. Shout out and respect, dude. Oh boy, man. Oh, how the worm turns. Shout out and respect due to me, friend. The enigmatic one. All right, SF Rose, the dynamic human spirit that refuses to submit. Everybody, I want y'all to welcome SF Rose. That I'm telling you, I met her just about a year ago. Yo, look here. Salute to SF Rose. Call her hashtag. I want y'all to put this in the stream. Hashtag Vice Grip. Yo, look, she's a very petite woman. She hugged the shit out of me. Do you feel me? I feel reverberations from that today. She got all the way, look, she got all the way to my damn rib cage. She squeezed me so hard. All right? The enigmatic one, SF Rose, she up in here. So yeah. All right, so again, this is my last story. Let me see. Our year anniversary for the live meeting. Yeah, dig that. See, dig that. I actually went live with TR and yourself. A little quick impromptu, yeah. But damn, how time flies. But yeah, salute to SF Rose. SF Rose, drop all. I know you're on Instagram and I'm not. So SF Rose, I want you to drop your Instagram, your Facebook, or FBI book, and your YouTube channel link, please. So I want SF Rose, you got to work with me. So I want to see all your contact information. That's me, friend. But then she squeezed me all the way to my damn rib cage, y'all. She got up in here. She undercut me. She cut me. All right. She cut me and she just turned. She turned and like, just imagine a python squeezing on a chicken. Live chat here, SF Rose. It came up on my social media the other day, reminded me. Okay, well, SF Rose, I need to see your contact information. That's fine. Derrick, all my information is my content. Do you really want me to drop? Okay, well, look, SF Rose, here, tell you what. SF Rose, me friend. Drop your YouTube channel link. Can you do that? Can you drop your YouTube channel link and then they can take it from there? How about that? Is that better? Yeah. Salute to SF Rose, me friend. And I want to see anybody. Can y'all put hashtag Vice Grip in the stream? Yeah. So we 1 hour and 3 minutes into this live presentation. And this is the last story, and then we're going to go and get out of here. Again, this is out of Natural News. Psychiatrist says world is suffering from mass delusional psychosis. That's a quote. Because of the pandemic. A psychiatrist has claimed that the ongoing SARS-19 pandemic has caused the world to suffer from, quote, mass delusional psychosis. Dr. Mark McDonald said the true public health crisis is not the virus itself, but the fear of contracting it. And here, let me stop right here. I saw a video from a live that I'm not gonna say her name because she's gorgeous, and I don't want to start no beef. But she is absolutely gorgeous, and I tell her that all the time. But I saw a live, and some of the stuff she said was fear-driven. You could see in her face she was scared out of her mind. This was back in maybe April, and she was saying stuff like, "Well, If people sneeze, don't inhale it. Imagine my shot. You want to make sure you wash your hands every chance you get. Keep your. I mean, she was. You can see the fear. Gorgeous woman, but she just didn't. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. All right. Let me continue. He expressed concern that this highly irrational fear will have lasting effects on children since their own parents and grandparents are responsible for instilling this reaction. And that's the reason why when you see my daughter, she having the same problem on Instagram. She's on Instagram and all of her friends are scared out of their mind, and my daughter, she ain't. And they looking at her like she the level. And I tell my daughter, look, stay the course. When they find out, they're going to say, Damaris, how did you know? All right. And the children, because they are still developing, actually, to me, that's a form of child abuse to put this unfounded fear in children. That's my personal belief. I'm not a doctor. I'm not no psychoanalyst or none of that. But clearly, if the children go off the lead of the parents, and if the parents are scared, what you think gonna happen to the kids? McDonald cited a 2020 article written by S.G. Chia for Evie magazine. Her article mentioned a number of otherwise irrational behaviors that have become normalized in current time. These parents being kicked off planes because their children were not wearing masks, and people having hysterical meltdowns when they see someone without a face covering. Real quick, day before yesterday, I'm 53 years old, okay? And an elderly woman, because the bus driver said, look, you had to put your mask on, man. Come on, man. Don't. I said, well, not really. I said, it's not. And I always say this with everybody. I say, wearing masks actually harm people. Didn't you know? And when you say it like that, you back people up and then immediately make them mad and trigger them. I love that. So anyway, an elderly woman said, no, you got to put your mask on. I say, man, mind your business. No, I don't. I said, don't be a mask police. I say the worst thing you can do is be an idiot mask police, with all due respect. And so, of course, I did not put on my mask. And so these people, I say, yeah, a whole bunch of these people, I say, they just don't know what they're talking about, like that. And so you just had to be calm with these people. You know, you had to be calm with the savages because they don't know and they don't want to know. Some people are governed by their emotions. I'm more of the Mr. Spock mentality. I try to go off my logic and my information and the stuff that I know. And I don't want to, you know, again, I'm in the medical field, but that don't mean I'm a doctor or nothing like that. But I do. I'm like, this is me toot my own horn. I just know too much. I'm sorry. I just know my shit. Fuck that. I know my shit. So anybody, if you won't step to me, you better come right. I'm gonna cut your ass in two. All right. Chia remarked that many still enter a state of hysteria when they see someone without a mask, even though the person is perfectly healthy and does not have any respiratory issues. This is a highly irrational statement without any basis in reality, she remarked. Chia elaborated, and this is a quote: instead of facing reality, the delusional person will rather live in a world of make-believe. Others have to play along with how they view the make-believe world. Otherwise, their world will not make any sense to them. It's the reason why the delusional person will get angry when they see someone who does not conform to their worldview. Like I just said, I'm reading this right now, and that's exactly what happened to me. That's exactly what happened to me. Let me check this top chat here as we continue. Again, the psychiatrist said that the psychiatrist said the people Chia described suffer from delusional psychosis. Seeing the prevalence of this psychosis made McDonald realize something. He explained, and this is a quote: it became clear to me within the first 2 weeks in March that it was fear. Since then, the fear has morphed and evolved into an actual belief that it is against reality. And I did a video and I did the thumbnail. Someone here downtown scribbled on a street corner that said COVID is a religion. And it is at this point. All right. It really is. It's right up there with Jesus walking on water. All right. McDonald continued that these delusional people believe they are going to die no matter what age or state of health they're in. If they don't leave their house without a mask and gloves on every day and run from human beings. He remarked, and this is the continued quote: their delusional psychosis It's false and it's wrong and not backed up by any evidence. And many Americans are living and believing that. Okay, McDonald expressed particular concern about the potential consequence of this widespread psychosis on children as they grow up. The issue is of particular significance to him as he specialized in treating children and adolescents. Since the lockdown began in March of 2020, McDonald saw a massive spike in mental health problems amongst younger cohorts. And let me stop right here. I'm an hour and 10 minutes. Let me go on run here. I did a live about 2 months ago, and I thanks to It's All Hot Air, I have showed that you have all these suicides. You have about a 50% spike in young people as opposed to 2 years ago for wanting to kill themselves. All right. And I also did a video where Glenn Greenwald was showing suicide, depression, and popping pills and shooting and killing yourself is up amongst everybody. And I did that video. That video didn't get too many views. Apparently, don't nobody want to hear no bad news, and I understand that. It happens. All right. Let me see. McDonald. Let me see. He cited recent statistics from the CDC and said showing a I'm wrong. Oops. Showing a 400% increase in adolescent depression compared to a year ago. Oops, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Teenagers involved in 25% of these cases have contemplated suicide, which McDonald remarked as unheard of. According to the psychiatrist, being disconnected from other people is a primary cause of depression. We are without question communal. And now you got all this Zoom and the video chats and all this old stuff here. This is anti-human. This is anti-human. All right. He continued that people need physical contact and emotional intimacy. Let me read that again, because I ain't no doctor. He continued that people need physical contact and emotional intimacy. And this all I've been saying, to feel safe around others and within themselves. And digital interactions simply cannot replace actual ones. Aside from depression, children may suffer from trauma stemming from the idea that they may kill their parents or grandparents simply by being around them. And that's unfounded too. Children ain't getting this thing. They just Chia noted that young people are being conditioned to feel guilty about certain behavior that would usually be considered normal. She commented, quote, "It's not normal for children to grow up thinking that everyone is a danger to everyone else." All right. McDonald commented that the proliferation of this delusional behavior was, quote, "a mass casualty event." That's a quote. Pointing his fingers at adults for instilling fear in children, to the point that the young ones do not feel life is worth living anymore. Fortunately, he proposed that adults also have a role to play in reversing the delusion. And this is a quote: "It's up to us adults to fix this, because children are not going to be able to fix this themselves," he said. So there you have it for that story. So we 1 hour and 13 minutes into this live presentation. And again, as I said, the title of the presentation is called "A Noble Lie." And again, a noble lie is something that was attributed to Plato, where he said that the ruling class, in this case, the United States government, the ruling class can actually tell lies to people because the citizenry, because they are willfully ignorant, it's all right to lie to them because they don't know no better. All right. So I have done several videos on the topic of the government actually telling you, like, look, yeah, we lie, we cheat, we steal, and people really don't look at them videos too much because for some reason it's uncomfortable to hear that the people that we vote in the office look at you as a rodent that should be exterminated, and they don't think nothing of you. So again, salute to the chat. I'm gonna go over here and shout out my channel judges and all channel judges and moderators in the live right now. It would be helpful if you drop your own link as I read off my channel judges as we get ready to close. I'm gonna go on here and check this top chat here. All right. Okay. Black Spring with Autumn. I love your co-director. Yeah, she loves you too, Black Spring with Autumn. Quiet as it's kept. She real quiet like that. All right. So we're gonna go and get ready to close. And I want to shout out my channel judges. And again, SF Rose dropped her link. So SF Rose, if you're still in here, drop it again. All right. So my first channel judge ever is Spicy Kai, Wax Dog, the best shooter on YouTube. The definition of anarchy, no nonsense Stucky, a sense of awe, Carter Club, Stage Girl of Texas, All Media Access News, Mrs. Money to You, Sheila Cherry MVP, Carolina Hillbilly 1961, Aisha of Memphis, Snap Shorty and Jay Dunn, both of Mississippi, Dave Durango, content. She's an honorary judge. The Miss Yo-Yo Show, Angela M, Cindy Briggs, Triumphant Tiff, Carolina, I keep saying Carolina, California Dreaming in NYC, Hot in Cali, Jay's Off-Brand TV, Crown Empress, SF Rose, The Lockhart Perspective, Black Spring with Autumn, Intelligence Done Right, Soldier Pijah, TR9 Airy X, and last but certainly not least, salute to my heart on YouTube, Bronze Bread, Sugar Sister Stacy. She don't make videos, she don't come out all that much, but she has done a whole lot in my YouTube journey. Trust me when I tell you. So yeah, so I did a video. I did a video earlier today. Oh, Pitch Gamer, salute. Yeah, I did a video earlier today. I'm gonna give a quick commentary and then I'm gonna go and get out of here. I did a video earlier today where this woman by the name of LBRY, 40 years old. At that time, she was 40 years old, and she said by the time she turned 40. And she didn't find a mate, she was gonna marry herself, and so she did. And so I would never understand that. There's one YouTube content creator who's actually a channel judge of mine. She said that she's done with marriage. She wants to do what's called a commitment party. Perhaps maybe she can do a video on her channel and tell me what a commitment party is. And she's gonna be committed to herself, I guess. Myself, I was proposed to back in 1987, as this video you'll see. Never forget it. Said I didn't want to get married because one, I knew I was going to cheat because I was in the military. I knew I was going to cheat, so I said like, no, why would you, don't do that. Well, Derrick got stabbed. It happens, but my wound healed, so I got stabbed in the hand. I got that, it happens. I just got stabbed, little flesh wound, ain't nothing, drew blood and all that other stuff. Got stabbed here and got stabbed in his thumb, so I almost took the nail off. But Derrick, my wounds here ain't nothing. But that's my fault for reaching for the knife. So, but this woman, she married herself. So I just had to put that on my YouTube channel. I'm not gonna take a YouTube break, but I'll wait a while before I drop more content because I noticed I've been dropping a couple videos a day and all this other stuff, So I'm gonna pull back a little bit, but I'm gonna go live next Friday, And I just want all y'all to have a great weekend. Let me check this top chat one more time. All right. Yeah. So again, like I said, I just want all y'all to have a great weekend and an even better week forthcoming. My name is Derrick C. Williams. I want all y'all to take care. Greenville, Mississippi till I die. Salute.